Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty the Sultan will be on a state visit to the Russian Federation next Monday. UNESCO includes the Omani manuscript Al-Nuniya Al-Kubra by the Omani navigator Ahmed bin Majid in its Memory of the World program. And the second round of talks between Iran and the United States, mediated by Oman, begins in the Italian capital, Rome. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq will go on a state visit to the Russian Federation this Monday. In this regard, a statement was issued by the Diwan of Royal Court as follows. In response to an invitation received by His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq from His Excellency President Vladimir Putin of the Russian Federation, His Majesty the Sultan will go on a state visit to the Russian Federation on the 21st and 22nd of April 2025. The visit comes within the context of promoting relations between the Sultanate of Oman and the Russian Federation in a manner that meets aspiration of the two countries. The visit will discuss areas of cooperation between the two countries in various spheres and means of boosting them to serve the joint interests. During the visit, the two leaders will exchange views on current regional and international issues. His Majesty the Sultan will be accompanied during the visit by a high-ranking official delegation comprising His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Said, Deputy Prime Minister for Defense Affairs, His Excellency Sayyid Khalid bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Minister of the Diwan of Royal Court, His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed Al Nu'mani, Minister of Royal Office, His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad Al Busaidi, Foreign Minister, His Excellency Dr. Hamid bin Saeed Al Aufi, Head of the Private Office, His Excellency Abdul Salam bin Mohammed Al Murshidi, Chairman of Oman Investment Authority, His Excellency Qais bin Mohammed Al Yusuf, Minister of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion, His Excellency Jamal bin Hassan Al Musawi, Secretary General of the National Museum, and His Excellency Hamoud bin Salim Al Tuwayya, Ambassador of the Sultanate of Oman to the Russian Federation. Omani-Russian relations have witnessed rapid developments in recent years, strengthened by economic, political, and cultural cooperation. The state visit of His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq to the Russian Federation on Monday comes within the framework of the good relations between the two friendly countries to boast cooperation across sectors of diplomacy, commerce, and industry. The visit of His Majesty the Sultan to Russia comes also to celebrate 40 years of continued relations between the two friendly countries and marks the first visit of an Omani Sultan to Russia. Over the past 40 years, both countries have taken constructive steps to explore and initiate various economic projects in the fields of renewable energy, technology, culture, and education. UNESCO has included the Omani manuscript Al-Nuniya Al-Kubra by the Omani navigator Ahmed bin Majid in its Memory of the World program. This is the second Omani manuscript to be included in this international program. This manuscript is among the most important Omani manuscripts in the field of navigation and marine sciences. It records valuable information about ship movements and international shipping routes. Scholars who preceded Ahmed bin Majid divided the Earth into 7 regions confined to the Northern Hemisphere, while his manuscript added 7 more in the Southern Hemisphere. The manuscript is also a human legacy, presenting realistic depictions of the communities at the time of the author and his crew during their voyages. It also provides a detailed description of the marine environment and its creatures, including whales, snakes, and coral reefs, as well as ships' mooring methods. His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad Al Busaidi, Foreign Minister, met with His Excellency Antonio Tajani, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of Italy, in Rome. During the meeting, the two sides discussed the Omani-Italian friendship, the historical ties and cooperation between the two countries, and ways to strengthen them in various vital fields. The two ministers exchanged views and consulted on several issues and developments on the regional and international arenas, stressing the importance of continuing coordination and supporting the approach of diplomacy and dialogue in addressing challenges and achieving security, stability, and prosperity at the regional and international levels. His Excellency, the Foreign Minister, expressed the Sultanate of Oman's gratitude and appreciation to the Italian government for its support for the Iranian-American dialogue and for providing the necessary facilities to complete the second round of talks in the Italian capital, Rome. His Excellency, the Italian Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs, praised the friendly and cooperative relations within the Sultanate of Oman, expressing his country's keenness to develop and consolidate these relationships, which are based on trust and respect, and to support all efforts to achieve reconciliation and peace at the regional and global levels. The second round of talks between Iran and the United States, mediated by Oman, began in the Italian capital, Rome. Last Saturday, the Sultanate of Oman hosted a historic meeting between the Iranian Foreign Minister and U.S. President Donald Trump's Middle East envoy, Steve Witkoff, which both sides described as constructive. During the negotiations, the United States seeks to stop Iran from producing highly enriched uranium, which it believes is aimed at building a nuclear bomb. However, Tehran has affirmed the peaceful nature of its nuclear program, saying it is prepared to negotiate some restrictions in exchange for the lifting of sanctions, provided that Washington provides firm guarantees that it will not backtrack on its commitments again, as the President Donald Trump did in 2018. At least 14 people were killed as a result of Israeli occupation forces shelling of several areas in the Gaza Strip. According to Palestinian sources, 2 people were killed as a result of Israeli drone strikes on a tent housing displaced persons near Abu Hasira Street, west of Gaza City. 1 person was also killed and others were injured in Israeli shelling in north of Deir al-Balah in the central Gaza Strip. 11 Palestinians, all children, were killed this morning in a series of airstrikes targeting displaced persons' tents in the areas north and south of Al-Mawasi and a house in the western camp of Khan Yunis. Rescuers in India are searching for survivors after a 4-story building collapsed in New Delhi, killing at least 4 people. The collapse took place in Mustafabad area, after which rescuers, including the National Disaster Response Force and police personnel, began their search operation. Authorities pulled out at least 14 people from the wreckage, whom were sent to Guru Tegh Bahadur Hospital, a police officer at the scene said, adding that 4 of those later succumbed to their injuries. The cause behind the collapse is yet to be ascertained. Still to come in our news bulletin. Activities of the 3rd edition of the Drone Hackathon are concluded in the Wilaya of Ibri. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. A delegation from the Sultanate of Oman, headed by His Excellency Engineer Saeed bin Hamoud Al-Ma'wali, Minister of Transport, Communications and Information Technology, visited the Grand Fa Port in Basra with the aim of strengthening cooperation and strategic partnership between the Sultanate of Oman and the Republic of Iraq in the transport and logistics sector. During the visit, His Excellency was briefed on several projects underway at the Grand Port, including marine docks, a navigation channel, shipyards, and industrial zones. The visit also discussed enhancing trade exchange and integration between Omani and Iraqi ports. In a move that reflects the deep fraternal relations and fruitful cooperation between the Sultanate of Oman and the Republic of Iraq, Oman Airports Company signed a strategic partnership agreement with Taybat Karbala Company, the investor in the Karbala International Airport project. This agreement covers the preparation, setup, and initial operation of Karbala Airport. Under the agreement, Omani technical, administrative, and operational personnel will be present in Karbala for a period of 5 months, during which they will undertake the tasks of preparing and supporting the operation of the airport during its first phase, in addition to training all airport employees according to international standards. The agreement was signed by His Excellency Engineer Saeed bin Hamoud Al-Ma'wali, Minister of Transport, Communications and Information Technology, and Chairman of the Board of Directors of Oman Airports Company. His Excellency Engineer Saeed bin Hamoud Al-Ma'wali, Minister of Transport, Communications and Information Technology, reiterated the importance of this strategic agreement between Oman Airports and Taybat Karbala Company. He added that the agreement will cover preparing and operating the airport, in addition to providing training and technical support during the agreed period. The activities of the third edition of the Drone Hackathon were concluded at the University of Technology and Applied Sciences in Ibri. More details are in the following report.
A new wave of storytellers took flight in the quiet skies over the Wilaya of Ibri. It was the third edition of the Drone Hackathon, a competition hosted by the University of Technology and Applied Sciences in Ibri, drawing around 65 participants from across the country. Over 7 days, students and staff were immersed in hands-on workshops on drone handling, aerial photography, and AI-powered video editing to master the tools and then use them to tell a story from above.
The aim of the hackathon is to teach the students the rules and the guidelines of the aviations, you know. The students they use the drones. There are a lot of workshops. Around 4 workshops have been conducted. In UTAS Ibri, with the supervising of the technical and the staff. We have witnessed. The students, they have used the AI, the artificial intelligence, which has been. This is the first time that they use the artificial intelligence in the drone models.
After training was complete, teams headed to some of the most iconic sites in the wilayas of Ibri, Dank, and Yanqul, including hilltop forts and winding villages. They had just 48 hours to film, edit, and submit a finished video showcasing the cultural and natural beauty of the Al-Dhahira Governorate.
I was the videographer. I'm the control from the camera drones. I'm very happy to get the first place, and we are focused on idea how we can develop Ibri in the future.
I trained myself to control the drone before 3 months very well, and I worked too much hard. I managed to win this award.
At the closing ceremony, judges recognized the standout projects, awarding prizes for best production, drone control, direction, and team performance. But every participant walked away with something more: experience, confidence, and a new way to see the world from above. This hackathon is not just about flying drones. It's about students using technology and creativity to put Oman's story on the map. Reporting from the University of Technology and Applied Sciences in Ibri, this is Saleh Bukhalfan Al-Rahbi, Al-Dhahira Governorate.
This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty the Sultan will be on a state visit to the Russian Federation next Monday. UNESCO includes the Omani manuscript Al-Nuniyya Al-Kubra by the Omani navigator Ahmed bin Majid in its Memory of the World program. And the second round of talks between Iran and the United States, mediated by Oman, begin in the Italian capital, Rome. With that, we come to the end of tonight's bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night, and we hope you've had an enjoyable weekend.